Okay guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Destiny and this is the coupling of the waistcoat we cut earlier. So first of all, I will take it accordingly. Okay, so here is the inner face. Okay, so here is the half of the lining. Okay, here is the front, the main bodies. Okay, it's two actually. Here's the other one. Place it together. Okay, so here is our back. It's two also. I had to cut everything equal like I displayed when cutting the lining. Okay, so I'll just hit everything accordingly. Alright, so first and foremost, I'll be joining the inner lining. Okay, alright guys, so I'll join the inner lining this pattern. Okay, I'll separate these both. So after the gum, blah 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 and all that, I'll join this to this. Alright, so I'll make sure they're equal at the bottom part, which is here. Okay, so I'll make my stitching from here using 1/2 inch. So if you're new to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell to get more of my videos whenever I upload new ones. Alright, so after the waistcoat, what you are dealing next is the shirts. Okay, alright, this is done. I'll cut off the thread. So what I did here is what I'll be doing to the other side, as you can see. So I will join this other part as well. So I'll be coming from this part because I want to have a nice stitching. Alright, it's okay. So I'll stitch from here down. So I've done that as well. So this is how it will look like. Here's the down parts and here's the upper parts. So the next thing is just to iron this open. Okay, just iron it open. There is no point for me to press open here, so this is just a lining. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and iron and come back to continue with the next step. Okay guys, so this is how it looks like. I've done it. Alright, ironing is so okay. So the next thing is joining to our front. So do have it in mind that this is a double bracelet waistcoat. Okay, so the next thing is joining it to our main front. Okay, So here is the main front. Alright, so I'll pick the right side, and this is the right side, and I'll get the right side of this. You can see there is the matching one, so I'll just place on top. Okay, place on top like this, and try and make sure everywhere is equal, because we don't have much allowance on this. So I'll stitch from here with half an inch as well. Everything you're making is with half an inch. Okay, so you should be very careful while stitching not to make unnecessary mistakes.
Huh?
So guys, so here is where I'll stop. I'll pass my lining, okay, at least cover up the space where I joined from. Alright, covered up the space where I joined from, which is here. So I come down a little bit, leaving the space I joined from. Alright, so the same thing I did here is what I'll do to the other side. So let's join this as well. Okay, so this time around I will be starting from the front, because I'm making my stitching from the front side of my jacket. So I'll start from the down part, down side. Try to position very well before stitching to avoid mistakes. Okay, so this is okay now. Now I'll still stitch from maybe half an inch past my joining. I'll make my stitch from there. Okay, I'll go up. Okay guys, I've done that. I've gone around the stitch. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing is notching. So I'll notch this here, then start my notch here. Alright, and I'll notch here as well. I'll notch here. Trim it off, trim this one off, then trim this one off. Okay, so that's it for this one. I'll be doing the same thing here.
Notch.
Okay, so I've done that. The next thing is turning over, right? Turning to the right side. So you have to make sure you push all these places out. The points, you have to push them out. If you can't use your hand very well with it, you can use your scissors to do that. Just try and make sure you get it all out. Okay. So I'll be doing the same thing to this other side. Okay, so the points are out, they are all okay. So the next thing is ironing. Pay attention to this very place here. What I will do when ironing is I will have to fold here and make sure it's equal with this line to have a nice line. Okay, so let me see what I have here. I'm having 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch. Remember we added 1 inch, so I have it here. So I will iron it very well and lap this one on top. Okay, just something like this. Okay, something like this is okay. All right, so I'll go ahead to the ironing table now and I'll iron it out and make sure everywhere is well properly ironed. Okay, so I'll come back to show us how it looks like. All right. Okay guys, so I've done that, so I will show us how it looks like. So this is it. A well proper ironing has been done, applied just like this. There is no pocket here, there is no dart, no designers. Okay, so here is what I'm explaining earlier. As you can see, this is how it looks inside. Okay, 1 inch, the same thing applied here. All right, so the next thing I'll do is using my I'll measure for the back side. I'll measure from here, from this armhole. I'll measure from armhole to the ending point, on the ending point. So I'm having 14 1/4. Okay, so these two is ready. They're ready. So I will trim the remaining parts. I'm trimming the remaining parts, okay, to have the main measurement for my lining. All right, so I'll trim this part as well. Come down here and trim this part. Okay, so I've done this. I'll keep it aside and trim the other side. Okay, so I'll trim. It's actually very simple to make. Okay, if you follow this tutorial, you will get it very well, and you follow the measurement and the explanation I gave, you will get it very well. All right, so this is done as well, and they're all ready. This is the in, okay, this is the outside. All right, So I'll fold and keep it aside. Okay, 14 1/4. Now I'll come to the back side. Since we have 14 1/4, I'll measure from here. Make sure they're equal. Okay, so I'll measure from the armhole as well. All right, 14 1/4. So this is it. So all I'll do now is just to notch. I'll notch. So I'll go ahead now to iron it out. All right, fold. All right, I will go ahead to fold this way and then iron it out. So after that, I'll come and show out the next step. So guys, don't forget the suit program is still on. You can register with me. I left a link to my WhatsApp group where you can ask a question or make inquiries, or you can chat me up directly. The link is being listed on the description box, so click and join for my suit program. It's still on, still waiting for you guys, so you can apply with me now. So since I have this now, this is the inner face. Okay, I'll use this one as the inner face now because this one has taken the measurement. Okay, so all I will do is put it together from the top. Okay, and I will secure with a pin. So I will secure with a pin. The next side. And I will also secure with a pin the armhole. So I'll secure this other part as well. Okay. So since I have this now, I'll then fold. Hope you're seeing clearly. Pay attention to these very parts. I'll then fold from here. So for you to determine how many inch you're folding, you calculate what you have here. Calculate what you have here from the lining to the bottom part, half an inch. Okay, so what I'll be folding is half an inch. Okay, so I will go and use my ironing table to iron. Okay, I'll be back soon. So guys, this is how is it now. Okay, so as you can see, I have to iron. Okay, now the next thing is I will use my pin here, secure here, secure here, I will secure here as well. All right. So that is it for now. All right. So I will then go ahead to trim the remaining parts from here. I'll trim out the remaining parts. I've done that. I'll trim this also. And that is done. All right. So since I've done that, I'll come down here also and I'll trim these places to make sure, okay, to make sure I have an equal line. So friends, subscribe to my channel if you like this video, put the notification bell to get more of my videos. So you're welcome to ND Fashion Concepts. Alright guys, so I've done this. I will lose these very sides, okay, because it's all clear. So now I will turn to the right side. I'll turn over to the right side. So I'll get my front. So but before that, before we start joining, we need a back rope, okay, to hold the waist just in case if it's big. That's just the design there. So I have a piece here that will do just that. All right. So since we need to, I'll put it together and I will measure 2.5. You can do 2 if you wish. All right. You can cut 2. So the full length I'll be using is 15. If it's too long, you can still reduce, you can make some adjustment to it. All right. So let me just go and get it done. And also you can add gum to this if you wish to, depending the fabric you're using, okay, but I won't be adding gum to mine because this is for practice. All right. So let me go and get it done. Okay guys, so this is it. I have to make some adjustments to it. 15 as usual. Okay, so right now I'll be stitching with 1/2 inch. So guys, I've done that. Now the next thing is for me to glue these parts, the edge. So I will get the center. I'll get the center now. Alright, and I'll fold by 2. Make sure you have the center. So the kind of gum you should use on this is your cloth gum, okay, sorry, your hairstay. Alright, so it won't be very thick. It will just look as if it's still the material you're using, okay. So I will stitch the edge I'll do the same thing to the other one. Okay, so all I'll do is use my iron. I'll use my iron to iron out the center. Press open this way, and then I'll turn over. So I'll do that and come back and continue from where I stopped. Hey guys, so this is how it looks like. Okay, this is the first one, and this is the second one. So you can add gum to it to make it, thick. Okay. So before I start joining, I will mark 8" upward to my waistline. 8". Now mark 8" also here. So I will turn over. As you can see, we have SS allowance here. All I have to do is to trim the remaining ones to have a little allowance or lesser allowance inside here. Okay, so I've done that. So this is the right side. Now the next thing in line is joining. So I'll open this very first side. Okay, let me not confuse you. This is not the right side, as you can see. So we need the right side. So this should be the right side. Yes. Okay. So this is the right side. Okay, front to front. This is the front, this is the front, this is the back, and this is the back. Okay, so let's call it front to front. So since I will use this front now and bring this one as well to join together. Okay guys, so I'm just trying to put it together. So it's now equal down here. It's now equal down here. So I'll just go ahead to pin here to here. Okay. So since I pinned it, I will just go ahead to make my stitch. So I'll be closing with 1/2 inch. So here is this point. Okay, so right now I will face my rope. Okay, I'll face it upward. Okay, so it should be facing my back. All right, you understand? It should be facing my back this way, so that it will have a nice finishing, to avoid this one showing here. All right, so I will continue my stitch from there. Since I have it placed, continue my stitch. I have that done. So right now I will close lining to lining. All right, I'll place lining to lining. So I'm placing as well. I'm making my stitching using 1/2 inch. Okay. So I'm closing upward. So I'll leave an opening space here so I could be able to turn, so I won't forget. Okay, so I'll continue from here and complete my stitch. Okay, so you can see we have opening here, so we can turn over. So right, I've done this. I'll be adding the other side. So right now I'll be adding this other side. So here is the right side. All right, I'll get my right side for this as well. I'll place together just like the same thing I did to the other part. So this is just take this as a review. Okay, so I'll place on top. This should be actually simpler because my main fabric is at the downside. So make sure you stitch from down, not up. Half inch. Okay, so for us to place the rope, it should go inside, facing downward this way. Okay, facing upward, sorry. I'll place on top. So while placing, make sure your chalk hit the line on your rope. So make sure you have the straight line. Okay, so be conscious about it. Right, we've arrived. So I've done this part. The next thing I'll be doing is joining the lining to the lining also. Okay, joining lining to lining as well. So right now nowhere should be open. I'll just close straight. I actually remember. Okay, but most times you can forget, so that's why I had to do it when I had the opportunity and I have it in mind. Okay, so I will stitch all the way up. Done. So it's all done. Now we are having the inside. Okay, the wrong side all through. So I'll bring this part out. Okay, don't get confused on this, pay attention to it. This is where we join our lining. Okay, don't get confused on it. This is the front side. So I'm just kind of trying to have a straight line here. Okay, so the the same way to this other part. I'll just bring it out so that I can close the downside. Okay, so I'll put it together now, starting from this point. This is the right moment for us to do the closing at once. That's why I left it open. So I'll open this very side, continue with my stitch. I'll open here, don't forget. So we're going all the way up. When I get down to this point as well, I'll open. Alright. So I've done that. Then I'll trim the remaining allowances there, because we still have much more allowance here. So I'll notch here to have a free ironing. Same thing applied here. I will trim, notch here for free ironing. Alright, so while I'll be ironing, I'll just iron here open. Okay, the same thing applied here. Alright, so to the wrong side, if you like, you can iron open, but there's no point. You just iron straight, and I'll come back and show us how it looks like. So after I'm done ironing it, okay, I'll turn to the front side. Okay, I'll turn it over to the front side and iron very well to have a nice finishing. Okay, I'll come back and show us how it looks like. So I've done the ironing. So before we turn, I just have to close the shoulder. That's the next step, closing the shoulder. So you make sure these two lines are equal this way. Then I'll make my stitch from here. Okay, make my stitch from here, 1/2 inch as well, don't forget. So I'm closing it down. Make sure you maintain the shape line after cutting, because here is where you need to maintain the line. Okay, effectively maintain it very well. Don't shake your hand, just make sure you have it intact. Follow the armhole and you get it. So I've done this part. I'll be running this other side as well with the same method I used. Make sure they are all intact like this. Check properly. This is the finishing point of the armhole, so don't joke with it. Okay, so as you can see, it's done. The next thing is notching these areas. can have a nice ironing when ironing it. So the same thing to this part as well. So do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button on this video if you like it, and leave a comment below. Subscribe, hit the notification bell to get more of my videos, and hit that link below to join my online suit classes. It will start as soon as I have enough of you guys. Okay, so I'm done with the notching. Right now all I'll do is turn from the back neck, okay, because this is where we have enough space yet. For now I'll turn from the back neck to the front. I'll turn to the front. Okay, this side is out. I'll turn this other side as well. Okay, I believe this is okay. This is beautiful. Everything is intact. Alright, here is the inside. This is how they look like. Okay, so right now I will take off my pin, so no use anymore. Alright, so all I will do now is I will go to iron these very lines, including the armhole. But before that, we have to secure it with a thread, a hand thread. So I will put thread on my hand thread, hand needle, my hand needle, to secure it round and show us how we do it. Okay. So I'll just have to pour some water on top of my machine, okay, so that, because my hand is so dry, there's my hand needle. So all I'll be doing is taking some of the water, because this is slippery. So I will secure from the top this way, as you can see. Okay, okay, wow, they're taking all my water away. Okay, okay, all right, we're almost to the top side. Okay, just take your time and do this all through. So that's it. The reason for this is to have a neat ironing. Okay, that's just the reason for this threading. Okay, so I'll do the same thing to the other side and show us how it looks like. So guys, I have it all ironed out. Okay, so this is how it looks like inside. Right, very neat. Okay, so this is the front, the right side of the fabric. Okay, there is our rope, and here's our rope, right, for the back side. Let me tie it together so they won't disturb me. All right. Okay, it's now together. So here is the armhole. As you can see, all ironed out. As you can see, the shape is very neat and okay. Here is the other side. The shape is also very neat. So that's why you need to do this. Okay, and if you have time, when you're doing yours, so just try and make sure you put this thread also down here, so you have it all in detail. Okay, I didn't do mine because I've been into it and I know how it looks like, and I know what to do, and I know what I'm doing. So it's advisable you do the same thing down there, down to this point, everywhere down here as well. All right, so just take out that time to make it okay. So right now the next thing left for us to do is just to join the shoulder. All right, so before we do that, I will cut this out. All right, take this off. I'll cut this out, take this off. Now I'll cut this side as well. All right, I'll take it off. I'll cut here, I'll take it off. So we'll be folding, we'll be turning back to the ends, we'll be turning back inward. This time around, only the front goes in with the back. Okay, we're not bringing everything out. I will explain while I turn. So I'm turning to the wrong side now. Okay, turning to the wrong side now. So as you can see, just the back you should be seeing. The front shouldn't come out. All right, just the back. Okay, so the back contains everything now. So because of that, because you have the right thing done, you have to make sure before you join the shoulder is all equal and straight. Okay, see, I've picked up one of the front. Okay, and this is for this part. All right, so I will drag it up to make sure it hits the shoulder line. Okay, so before you make your stitch, make sure it's very equal down to this point. All right, down this point is very equal. So if you can't do it very well, it's okay with a pin. Okay, it's okay with a pin. So I'll make my stitch from here. So I'll try to position it very well. All right, hope you're seeing clear. So I'll make my stitch from there. Just like joining your snittle neck. Okay, and this is okay. So I'll stitch from here down to this point. So I will also do the same thing here, picking up and making sure it's okay, so it won't twist inside. Okay, it's very important to check. So before you make your stitching down this point, you must secure this very edge. Okay, you must secure this very edge with the pin. So I have to secure the pin. Very important, don't forget this. Okay, so since I have it done, I'll still come up now. So just all about joining the neck. Okay, just like a normal signature neck. Okay, I've done that. So I'm closing to this point. All right, so right now I will have to take my pin out and make the complete stitch. So I've done that. So let's see what we have for the round neck, because most times we have issues with the round neck. So guys, I've done the stitching. So the next thing is notch. Okay, for the back neck, notch all through. Alright, here is too big, I trim off. So, and that is all for the waistcoat. Alright, the next thing is just to turn to the front side. So this is why we have to leave here open. Okay, so I will turn to the front from here. Okay, so guys, I've done the turning. So here's the shoulder. All right, here's the neck. Everywhere is intact. So the next thing for me to do is just close this very point we brought it up from. Okay, so I will hold it this way now. All right, to close. Okay, alright guys, so the next thing is just to iron it, and we are done for the waistcoat, stitching, cutting, and all that. So this is a double breastlet waistcoat. Alright, here's the neck, and I iron it very well. I like it. Alright, so guys, thank you so very much for your time and for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel, put on notification bell, and make sure you hit the like button if you like this video. It goes a long way, and leave a comment for me. Okay, so see you guys on my next video. Do have a lovely and wonderful